Orange farming in Ghana is said to do well in dry climatic conditions. Let's find out more about orange farming here in Suhum. Whether or not that is the kind of condition it does well more under. My name is Enyonam and this is Ghanaian Farmer. The show is proudly brought to you by Lizzie Tomato Mix. If you go to the market and you're shopping, remember to buy Lizzie to cook all your meal in the house. It gives you a great and delicious taste. You can share your views with us on social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. It's the Ghanaian Farmer. And I have here with me Mr. Samuel Akbalu. He is the owner of 3-acre orange farm here in Suhum. Thanks for joining me, Samuel.
You're welcome.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, what inspired you to go into orange farming?
I once visited a colleague farmer at Titikasum who was also into citrus. And then I inquired from him the profitability about that business. Then he introduced me that it is very profitable. So I also consulted the extension officers and I acquired some knowledge bit from them. And then I also started the business.
Okay, so how long has it been since you started planting or growing oranges?
I started it somewhere 2014.
2014.
1 acre 2014. Then the following year 2015 another 1 acre and then 2016 1 acre.
Okay, I see. It's been a long journey. How is the experience like?
Anyway, very tedious,
Okay.
but
It pays off.
yes.
I see. Now let's talk about the kind of land or soil texture that gives oranges the room to grow well.
Orange does well in loamy soil, where we have mixture of clay and the sand, not purely sandy. God can retain water for a long period of time
Okay.
to help the seedlings to grow well.
Right. After cultivation, if I want to go into 3-acre of orange farming, how many nursery do I need?
Seedlings.
Yes, seedlings.
1 acre takes 100 seedlings.
Okay, so 3
That
acres is
is
about 300.
300.
How much is one seedling?
As at now, it's 3 cedis.
3 cedis.
Per
But when
seedling.
you bought it, it was
Those days, 1 cedi 50 pesos.
okay. When you plant orange, how long does it take for me to see this?
It depends on the variety.
Which varieties do we have here now?
We have the late Valencia, we have the tangerine.
And this is the tangerine, right?
Yes, this one. And then we have the Yesumoja.
That one.
Actually, the Yesumoja bears fruit earlier,
Faster
faster.
than the rest.
Yes,
Okay.
because over there, I planted it somewhere 2016, about 4 or 5 years now, and then they have started bearing fruits. I even
Okay.
started 2 years ago.
So even if you plant them at a go, one will definitely bear fruit before the other.
Yeah,
Is that it?
depending on the variety.
Depending on the variety.
Yes.
And you have 3 varieties here.
Yes.
So when are we expecting you to start harvesting?
Oh, I started harvesting about 2 years ago.
You've already started harvesting?
Yeah,
So
quite
how
long
long
ago.
do I harvest my orange farm for?
It starts bearing fruit 4 years after planting.
Okay.
But the yield will not be enough.
Okay.
As the tree grows, then the yield will be
increasing. Okay, so that's how it is.
Yes.
So how many sacks are you able to get from 3-acre orange farm when you're harvesting? In a week, how many times do you harvest, first of all? Do you
Yes,
harvest weekly
twice,
or monthly?
no.
Okay.
Twice in a year.
Twice in a year?
Yeah.
Okay,
We have the
so,
major season and then the minor season.
okay. So if you're harvesting, like
Yes.
you started now, if you come round, how many sacks are you able to get?
It depends on the maturity of the tree.
Okay.
As the tree grows and expands its canopies, then the yield will be more.
Okay.
So at the onset, you have few fruits, but as the tree grows and expands,
Then the fruit will grow more.
The fruit will be more.
Okay. How much is a sack of tangerine?
It depends on the season.
Season.
And
So
then
the season determines the price.
Yes, sometimes. If, especially the minor season, where we have the fruits are not all that much, demand will be high,
Okay.
and then the price will sometimes go up. But
I see.
when the the main season where everybody
It's harvesting.
is harvesting.
Okay.
Actually,
the
price drops a bit.
drops a bit.
Yes.
Okay. In that case, the amount invested into this farming, are you able to make up after sales?
Yes, this one is a long-term investment.
Okay.
You
So
can't
it's bit
just
by bit.
yes, get the returns in just a year or two.
Okay.
As the year goes by, you will be getting a lot of.
Okay, so let's look at the market demand.
Yes.
When the marketers come around, or when you take it to the market, which one is more in demand? Is it the tangerine
the
or
tangerine,
the orange?
The tangerine is the cost is somehow costly.
Okay.
The cost of the tangerine, 100 fruits. Sometimes at the farm, they can buy it around 25 cedis.
Okay, for 100 pieces.
For 100 pieces.
And so we met tomato on 1 cedi.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I see.
You can even sell it 1 cedi 50 pesos in Accra, and people will buy.
They will still buy.
Yes.
Okay, so now let's talk about labor. This is a 3-acre farm.
Yes.
How do you, have access to labor? Do you do it all alone, or you have people who
No,
help
I
you?
have 4 casual laborers. So they help me the weeding and then pruning of the citrus. When I pay them, whenever the work is available, I call them, they come in to assist me.
Okay. What are some of the basic works you come to do when you come to the farm? What are some of the things you do?
Weeding. We do spraying to control insects. And then sometimes we apply fertilizer when they need a rise.
Okay.
And then when the fruit falls on the ground to enhance hygienic environment, we pick the rotten fruits and then we bury them.
Okay.
Just to avoid the spread of diseases.
I see. All right. So at this point, I'm going for a break. When I come back, we'll touch on the diseases that affect orange farm.
Okay.
So viewers, you're still watching The Ghanaian Farmer. My name is Enyonam. Standing next to me is Samuel Akbalu, 3-acre orange farmer here in Suhum. I'll be right back after this. As you're still watching The Ghanaian Farmer on Joy Prime, my name is Enyonam, and today's discussion is on orange farming here in Suhum. And Mr. Akbalu is still here with me. So whilst we went on break, or before we're going on break, I said when we come back, we'll talk about the diseases that affect orange farm. Is there any, and what are they?
Okay. One peculiar disease which mostly affects citrus is anthracnose.
Hey,
anthracnose, it leaves some scars on the fruits.
Okay. Does it go deep into the fruit?
Yes. The spotted part will be very hard.
Oh, I've seen that a couple of times.
Yeah, with time the fruit will fall.
Okay. Okay, so apart from that, what else? Is that the only thing that worries orange farm?
Oh, there are other diseases, but this one is...
Is it an annual thing, or it comes every month, or any day, any time it comes?
It depends on the some agronomic practices. It doesn't like humid environment.
Right.
So if you don't prune the branches, and then the distance, if you plant the seedlings close,
okay, it's likely to get
spread
such disease.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now let's move on to talk about the labor that you hire to work with. You told me you have casual workers.
Yes.
So what are the times they come to help you on the farm?
They come in when there are some work at the farm.
Okay.
Especially weeding, and then spraying of his pesticide to control pests.
Okay.
They come in to help.
All right. So at this point that you've started harvesting, you said you've harvested once already, or you are yet to start?
Last year I harvested twice.
Last year you've harvested twice.
Yes.
But this year you are yet to start. So in a year you harvest twice.
Twice.
Okay. So for how long will you keep harvesting before you realize or decide the trees are no more fertile and you have to cut them off?
It depends on the age.
Okay. So how long can an orange tree stay for?
It can last about 25-30 years.
Wow.
Yes. If only you maintain the farm.
Okay.
You do all cultural practices, pruning, and then control mist turtles. And
if you adhere to the process,
yes,
you will be fine. It can last for a very long time.
Yes.
Okay.
25,
Now
30
let's
years.
talk about the land you are farming on.
Yes.
Have you bought it or is it leased land?
I bought it.
You bought it?
Yes.
Okay, so everything is for your farm.
Yes.
It is not for anybody.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's look at the profitability of orange farming. Would you say it is a profitable venture?
Yes, it's a very profitable venture because just a tree can bear about 1,000 fruits.
Wow.
With time, as the canopies expand,
Okay.
one tree can bear 1,000 fruits. And if you're able to,
How are you able to count and realize a 1,000 fruit?
yes, averagely,
Uh-huh.
we can harvest about 10, 20 trees,
Okay.
and then we find an average.
Ah.
With that, it can give you a picture.
Okay, of how many
yeah,
pieces of orange you can
fruit
find
in
on one tree. I see. So from your point of view, it is profitable.
Yes.
Okay. I'm told by some farmers that the women who come to buy at times determine the prices. Do you also face such challenge?
That one depends on the accessibility to the farm.
Okay.
If the farm is too far from the roadside, then
You
the
experience
buyer
that.
has to hire some labor to carry the fruit to the roadside before loading it to wherever he wants to take it to. So the accessibility also determines that one.
I see. Okay.
For mine, because the farm is accessible, we just harvest, cars will just enter the farm and park. So
Okay.
I don't have that
At
challenge.
this point or at this stage of the farming, do you still apply fertilizer
Yes,
so the
we
the
don't.
tree can still produce?
I normally apply the organic poultry manure.
Okay.
At the onset, I use that to boost growth. So periodically, I do that.
All right. Now, I know orange is one of the favorite fruits I take a lot. But at times, when you know, suck, oh my goodness, some of them is very,
Very
bitter.
bitter.
You feel it here. What leads to that? Because I tested one of this and it is really nice. Why are the others like that?
It depends on the. Sometimes, if the demand is very high,
Okay.
and then farmers realize that they will harvest and get money, they will not harvest while the fruit is. They will harvest while the fruit is not even matured.
Ah.
And that determines the sweetness of the fruit.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
And you're even telling me this is not ready for harvesting yet?
It's ready, but the
Okay.
color is still green.
Okay.
So
You want it to be yellow?
Yes, yellowy, so that
Why?
it
When
will
it's
just,
green, the buyers don't like?
when it is green, it doesn't attract.
Ah.
So if you see it, you may think that it will not be sweet. So when the color comes, the moment you set your eyes on it, will attract you and you buy.
I know government has a few, subsidy on some of the inputs you buy for your farms. As a farmer, when you're going to buy all these things, do you experience these subsidies?
We mostly experience these subsidies from products from the
MOFA
the
offices?
MOFA offices.
Okay.
But if you go to those
The
outlets,
independent shops?
then you don't.
You will not get
never
it.
get that subsidy.
Okay.
Yes.
But so as a farmer, what has been the major challenge for you in this line of farming?
In this line of farming, my major challenge is the insects,
Okay.
the fruit borers. They disturb us a lot.
Okay.
They will just pin the fruit and then create some wounds on it, and then to be infected by some fungus, and then the fruit will fall.
One time I bought orange. Maybe a munu. Gongomi was inside. What led to that?
It's because of the fruit borers. They will pin the fruit, and that will create an entry point for infection. And then some bacteria will infect the fruit, and then it will fall.
All right. What have you learned so far for this past years you've been in orange farming that you can share with someone who is watching and probably is motivated by your story to also go into orange farming?
All right. I can say that it's very profitable. If only you do it well.
Okay.
You also get some good returns, because just a tree bearing about 1,000 fruit at a farm, you can sell 100 fruit for 15 cedis. So with just one tree, you can get about 100 and
So the returns is
so the
really
return
good.
is good.
Now, quick one. I mean, the last one. I see this place is really plain. Why? Are you not permitted to plant any other crop at
Oh,
this level of the orange?
you are permitted.
Okay.
It depends on the canopy.
Okay.
You know, when the canopy
The canopy
is
means the
very
branch.
broad,
Okay.
if you plant any crops under, it may not get enough sunlight
Ah.
to perform.
So that's
well.
the only reason.
That is the only reason.
Okay. Okay.
But with this, you can plant cowpeas between the rows to conserve moisture and to also improve the soil fertility.
Okay. All right. Samuel Akpalu.
Yes, madam.
Ewa man who doesn't speak Ewa. All right, so there you have it, an interesting and great conversation about orange farming here in Suhum, and he's thrown more light on his journey and how fun it's been with little bit of challenge in there. But at this point, I'm going for 60 seconds on our break. When I come back, a MOFA officer will join me to throw more light on the technical kind of support they give to those farmers to ensure that at the end of the day, when they are harvesting, they will smile and not frown their faces. And you need these MOFA officers anytime you are aspiring to become a farmer. Stay tuned, I'll be right back after this. If you're still watching The Ghanaian Farmer, my name is Enyonam, and joining me now is Mr. Samuel Yao Ofori. He's a MOFA officer here who go around every farm to help farmers with regards to the kind of situation you are facing. Now, quick one, before we talk about the support or the help you give to farmers, I realize this particular orange has a spot here.
Yeah.
Now, what causes this?
Yeah, it's a fungus that causes that. In the fruit or the crop production, we have fungus, bacteria, and viral.
Okay.
They are mostly those the diseases that affect plants. Yeah, so the fungus at times comes from the soil.
Okay.
And it is transmitted to the plant. Yeah, so we try to advise them to have a good knowledge about the causes of diseases of the plant. So this is a fungus disease.
I know with cocoa,
Yes.
when you have that kind of infection and you don't, remove or detach it from the plant to go and plant it or bury it somewhere, it affects the whole, tree.
Yeah.
Is it the same thing with oranges too?
Yeah, it is. This one, the sign that or the scar that you are seeing there, it has already laid some eggs in it.
Ah.
And it's through that, it's also the end result will be fruit dropping.
Okay.
The fruit will drop. And if you don't collect and bury, it's really transmitted back to the plants.
Okay.
So we normally advise them on farm hygiene. As you can see, the farm is very clean. It's not weedy. When it is cleared and the fruits are those infected ones, you try to pick them and bury them so that you bury the disease. So that is what we do.
With your experience working with fruit farmers,
Yeah.
I know vegetable people have a few challenges, especially with export. Many times we hear the foreign countries placing ban on vegetables from, being exported to their countries. How is the fruit people, what is theirs like?
Yes, it cuts across.
Okay.
Because if your final fruits, the appearance, the quality, if it's not of the best, it affects the market value.
Okay.
In terms of bargaining for good price and all that.
Okay.
So even though you are not exporting, the local market, if
You still have to adhere to the... But
So
the
yeah.
farmers are aware of this secret you're just revealing, that if you do not adhere to the good agronomy practices and the fruit is not of good standard, it will be rejected. Are they aware of this?
Yes, to some extent, because it's not all the farmers that are taking the advice of the technical officers.
Why is it like
Yes, that's why we are encouraging that most of the farming communities should form groups.
that? Okay.
Because of the extension farmer ratio, it's difficult for us to get to every farmer in the community or operational area. So we advise that when they form the groups and then we come to educate them, then the dissemination of
Some
this
of these
information
educations will come
go
up.
very far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So does it mean that when it comes to the MOFA extension officers ratio to farmers is inadequate?
Yeah, previously it was a farmer to 2,000 farmer to an extension, but now it has been reduced to at least about 900 to 1,000.
I see, but
because of the government intervention through the NAPCO and all that. Now,
but we can still do more. We can do better.
Yes,
we can do better.
Yeah.
Now let's quickly jump onto the kind of help.
Yeah.
When you go to these farms, what do you do? What do you tell them?
Yes. First and foremost, before even venturing into the citrus farming, we need to give you an advice.
Okay.
It's not every location that you can do the citrus.
Ah, I see.
You ask the farmer
Right.
the type of soil, and he did mention. So we advise you on the site selection,
Okay.
and then the source of the seedlings. You need to have because the end results start with, the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, so we try to advise you. Other farmers do their own,
Soil testing.
no, the nursery.
Okay.
They go to farms, they see the fruit is
Nice.
nice, they just try
Pluck
to,
it.
propagate by themselves. But we always advise
That's not
them,
a good practice.
No, to
Okay.
go to the source.
Okay.
That's why he mentioned he went to Kade.
Okay.
That is a government institution that is recognized for, So when you come, we help you to peg the farm. That is to plant them in rows.
Okay.
So that
Okay.
working under it will be, easily for you. And if there is a problem with a particular plant, you can replace immediately.
All right.
Yeah. So that is the beginning stage, and then we also encourage them to interplant before the crops will form the canopy, so that you maximize profit from the land.
Okay. So
understand?
it means that there's a lot of help
Yes.
you can get from the MOFA officers when you contact them before even starting off the farming journey. My name is Anyunam, and this has been Ghanaian Farmer. It's always exciting. I learn a lot anytime I visit the farm. And here is Mr. Samuel Yao Ofori. He says it's a lot of investment to get the 6-pack, or is it 12-pack? Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next week.